Hey guys, No Bullshit here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing alright. And today we're going to be talking about TGS, the Game Awards, as there's a stream today, and possibly we get some Monster Hunter news. So yeah, let's talk about it. Now firstly, I'll be live streaming the Game Awards, so if you want to come through and check around, you'll see me live at 12 AM GMT. Basically, I'll be like 30 minutes before the stream starts. So yeah, hope to see you guys there. So far, there have been about 5 trailers for Monster Hunter Wilds, and the first trailer was actually shown just about over a year ago now at the Game Awards last year, where Monster Hunter Wilds was announced. And since then, we've got a lot of information coming out through trailers, through showcases, and through online on Twitter or other places from Capcom themselves. Now, imagining there's at least 2 trailers left, one for the Game Awards coming out today, and then the final one next year as a final promotion push for the game's release. But today, we're going to be talking about what we think could be revealed in this trailer today. But firstly, I do hope that Capcom don't reveal too much. We've seen what happened in 5th gen, specifically Rise, where they pretty much told us all the monsters before the release of the game. Some of the biggest and most important parts of a video game is experiencing something fresh for yourself. So not being spoiled by other people, but even the developer sometimes, as that can be bad. Because developers sometimes they show a bit too much of the whole game just to market a game to you. And when you've played it, you've pretty much seen all of the appeal. You've seen all of the things that would excite you by watching a trailer. Yes, watching a trailer gets you hyped. But in a sense, a lot of Monster Hunter fans are going to buy your games anyway. I know that's a bad thing, and maybe that's a discussion we're going to have more at the end, and I will get to that in the end, because I think I need to get into that more to really explain why it's bad to show too much. So stick around to the end if you want to see that. But overall, experiences are meant to be fresh for people to really enjoy your games. So that out of the way, let's get into some speculation of what I think will be revealed in this trailer. And don't forget to comment down below what you think may be in this trailer. It's always interesting to see what you guys think. So far, we've seen 3 different maps: the Windward Plains, the Scarlet Forest, and the Arkveld Basin. And today, I'm thinking we're going to see our 4th map, probably a frost map, an ice map, as the Arkveld Basin already kind of seems like to be this game's fire-ish type of map. So I don't think we're going to get another map where there's fire involved or any type of heat involved. Next one's probably going to be ice, and there's probably going to be one more after that, the 5th one, which I'm not really sure what's going to be. So if anyone has any suggestions what that might be, let me know, because I don't have a clue. But no spoilers, please. I want these videos to be spoiler free. So if you do really know through leaks, don't type in the comments, please. I appreciate that. But yeah, I suspect we're going to see an ice map next, and we're probably going to see his Apex as well. What Apex? I'm not sure, but hopefully it's going to be something as interesting as the other Apexes we've seen so far. Now, apart from that, returning monsters. We don't really actually see returning monsters much in the trailers themselves. Most of the times we've seen a returning monster has been through other promotion or other extra things on the side. For example, Yenketku, that was in the extra edition of the original trailer. Kongolala, we speculated it through the dual blaze weapon overview, and then I think later on it was actually revealed to us as well on Twitter. And even if you go to the website, none of the returning monsters are actually on the website yet. All the monsters listed there are monsters that are new to Monster Hunter Wilds. And so far we have 11 new monsters for Monster Hunter Wilds, which is pretty cool. Capcom really seem to want to push newer monsters more than older monsters in this game. I believe we've only seen 4 old monsters so far: Rathalos, Rathian, Kongolala, and Yenketku. So possibly we're going to see another returning monster, not in this trailer. Imagine we're going to see one for this map, which might be Gammoth, but who knows? Gammoth is a monster that people have been talking about and wishing for. Did hear some rumors about that in the past, but people said it would be revealed in the last trailer. That didn't happen. So I guess we have to wait and see if we see Gammoth in the future. And apart from Gammoth, there are 2 big monsters I can imagine they could talk about. One from the old gen and one from the new. Now the first one is Arkveld. We've already talked about Arkveld. People have been talking about him. People have been wanting him. I've already said I don't want him in this game, specifically because I only want him in a game with underwater combat. I want him to be at his full power in the water where he should be. Although we have seen Ufduna, and Ufduna seems to play really well outside of water, even though it definitely seems to be a monster most capable in the water itself. And the Arkveld has been one of the top wanted monsters. I think it won the 3rd spot on the popularity poll for monsters in Monster Hunter. People really love the Arkveld, so bringing him back would be a big win for the series. So yeah, I could see it happening. Is it going to be revealed here? I don't know. Like I said before, they haven't really shown many old monsters actually in the trailers themselves. Yes, we saw Rathalos in the first one. Apart from that, that was it. I mean, Rathalos is like the flagship boy of the whole series, so he kind of has to be. So I'm not too surprised about him being there. But when it comes to Laggy, who knows? Maybe. Now, No Gante is definitely for the new boys. Now, if you want to market No Gante, this is the type of event you would show it to really market your game. People love Nergigante, who joined in World. They love him. They want to see him back. He wasn't in Rise. Bringing him back in this game and showing him in a trailer just a couple months before the game comes out would really hype up that side of the fan base to really want them to get into this game. There's a lot of people who play Monster Hunter, but they don't keep into the flow of the news in Monster Hunter Red. They're not online. They're not in the forums. They're not debating about how strong the longsword is. They just play the games and that's it. But they love the monsters they play, and a lot of new people played World and they saw Nergigante and they probably loved him. So if they market that in an event like this, one of the biggest events for gaming, I think it's the biggest event for gaming at the moment in the whole year, this is the time to market your game through a monster like that rather than Laggy. So even though Laggy might be in this game, I don't think Laggy would be shown here. Instead, Nergigante would be the best decision to appeal to the broader audience. Now, one of the big things that was shown to us was Arkveld, which I believe was 2 trailers ago, but we haven't actually seen him fight at all. Now, back in Monster Hunter World, I think Nergigante's gameplay was actually shown in the 4th trailer. That's when we actually saw him and we saw some gameplay from him. We've seen Arkveld, but we've not really seen much of what he actually does. So I'm thinking there's a possibility that today we're gonna finally see his moves. And what's up with these chains, man? It seems so weird. Who's been training him up? Like, bro, is he into this kinky stuff? Like, Arkveld, is that you? Is that really you? Now, going on from there, people have been talking about how much Capcom have been loving Leviathans in this game so far, as I believe we've seen 2, which is 2 more than World had. So I'm imagining we're going to get another Leviathan showing up, possibly. But personally, I'd prefer to see a Snake Riven, because we haven't seen Snake Rivens in a long time. I do love Leviathans, but the return of Snake Rivens would be great as well. As so far, we only have Najarala. But to be honest, it's not only Snake Rivens we've seen a lack of, even Brute Rivens. We still only have 1. We don't have any others. Is it possible that we'll get some more Brute Rivens as well? So I'm quite excited to see if we see that in game. Now, I want to come back to Arkveld quickly. Arkveld's type, his type of monster, we don't know yet. Is this something that's going to be hidden into the real game, or is it something we're going to see before the game comes out? Is it possible that we'll see a trailer today where they'll just show gameplay and they'll just show basic stuff for the wider audience of the world, and then later on YouTube you can go in and see an extra extended trailer where maybe they actually talk about Arkveld being an ancient monster as a new type of monster, as a parallel to Elder Dragons, for example? That could be a possibility, and that would be cool to see. Will we see it today? I don't know, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But I'm pretty sure they already said there's a new classification of monster, and maybe that's something that's going to be revealed to us very soon. And if that's the case, it's possible that we might see more monsters coming up in this next trailer that are linked to this ancient monster type. Now, normally Capcom likes to highlight certain mechanics coming back or new for their games in these trailers. For example, we saw fishing, we've seen the world maps and the new phases and so on. So I'm expecting them to show some new mechanics for Monster Hunter Wilds in this new trailer. What are those mechanics? I couldn't say. So we have to wait and see tonight. And also, as we've seen in every trailer, we're going to see more story beats, as story is a big factor in this game, and the characters review, exploration, and this cav and this moving caravan review is important. So we're probably going to see more about that in this trailer as well, throughout showing this new map and why they're there. And I can't lie, I have been very interested in what's going on in this world, but I guess we won't get to see the full picture until we have the game for ourselves. Now, before we wrap up this video, let's just talk about revealing too much before a game comes out. Now, like I was saying, I understand that Capcom and other companies do it a lot these days. They reveal a lot because it's good marketing, you know, get people excited. There's only so much time people have in their lives. There's so many games coming out, there's so much media, it's so accessible to us these days that these companies feel like they need to market to us as much as possible to get us on board on their games. Now, I do very much understand this for newer games that don't have many people interested in the series. You need to get them excited for your series somehow. You need to show them something to get them hyped about this game they've never heard about this company or studio they've never heard about. This makes perfect sense to me. For these bigger studios, yes and no. People know what you're about for the most part. Unless you're doing a big departure or something totally new that no one knows about, then yes, maybe you do need to reveal a bit more than you normally would. But for someone who's well established and you're following your normal status quo, not revealing too much is important to get people excited and to understand more as they play through the game and not just before the game. For example, some of the cool things about playing a monster in the game is seeing a monster pop up that you've never seen before. Like, what is this monster? What is this question mark on this map? Do I know him? And if you walk up and it's a monster that you already know, like, oh, okay, well, I already know what a monster now. I've already seen it. I've already speculated what it's about. Yeah, it's exciting. Oh, the first time I've seen it in game, but it's not the same feeling as you're in the wild, as you're new to this world, being out there in a dangerous environment. You're a traveler and you just see this magical creature that you've never seen before. You just stumble across it and you're like, what is this? What does it do? What element does it do? How do I defend myself? How does it attack? Does it fly? Does it dig? Does it roll up into a ball and roll after me? Like, all those type of experiences are things you can only get by experiencing it through the game itself and not before. And then having that discourse online of, oh my gosh, I saw this, I saw that. It was amazing. Those are all important for our experiences as we play through a game. Now, coming back a bit, one of the main reasons I do think we do see more from companies these days also is that there's been many games that haven't revealed much And when they came out, people were disappointed because what they revealed before isn't what the game is about. And companies are scared, they're afraid of people's perception of their game and the reality of the game being so out of whack. In a sense, people start to bash and hate the game because what they expected and were promised isn't what the game is. So I think now companies are trying to show more and more to really show people what the game's about, because we're jaded. Gamers are jaded. There's been so many games in the past where we've seen things, and when it came out, it wasn't what was promised to us. One of the big games I think about back in the day was No Man's Sky. I know No Man's Sky is a big successful thing now, but back in the day it was hated because when it came out there was so much missing from it and people were like, what is this game? This isn't the game you promised to us. Another big one, a more recent one, is Starfield, a game where people were wondering what is this game about, and they showed little bits of pieces. But then when the game came out, people didn't understand that the traveling wasn't the proper traveling they expected. They thought you could just travel in space and you could just end up on new planets, which you can't do. And all these grand features that they were expecting from this game wasn't it. So when the game came out, it was dogpiled. It wasn't what people expected. There was hidden messages and mismanagement on the marketing to the user base. Now, I guess it's a double-edged sword, right? You want to reveal stuff, but you don't want to reveal too much. Now, I think it's very important that these companies actually up their marketing game and hire more competent people who know how to market stuff. Because yes, you want to show the key things, the things that will get people excited. But these companies need to understand that marketing is a tool to get people excited, not to hide your hubris. What do I mean by that? For example, it shouldn't be used as a way to only show the greatest and best moments of your game, and then also then hide the secret dark things you're trying to mislead people by in the background. And I think companies know when they do this, right? They don't want to talk about the things that people don't want to hear. And it's not like they want to show, oh yes, we only have, for example, 2 maps in, let's say, an FPS game, or 3 classes in an RPG game. They're not going to market that. They want to keep it secret. And then when you play the game, you realize, oh wait, there's only 2 maps. Or maybe there's 10 maps, but most of the maps are the same map, just reskinned. They don't want to let you guys know that straight up front. So they market in other ways and try to keep that stuff secret. And I can understand why they do that. They don't want the games to seem shit, but in a sense, you're just misleading your customer base. And that makes it difficult, because there's other games where, yeah, maybe the game is totally 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, who cares? How it should be is the things you're hiding isn't because they're shit and they're not done well, you don't want people to know about them because you know they'll be disappointed. It's, we don't want to show you because we know you're going to be excited when you see these things, not because you're going to be disappointed when you see them things, because you're going to be excited. And that's important, and that's the important thing to separate these two scenarios. Companies hiding things because it's going to disappoint people when they find it out, or companies hiding things because it's going to be exciting for people when they figure out in game for themselves. So I do hope companies listen to this advice, or they just, I mean, they're probably not going to listen to this video, who cares? Like, I'm just a random guy, but it's just something I wish these companies understood more of how they should market their games. And it's the same for Capcom. Don't reveal too much and only hide things that people don't want to know because you think they're going to be disappointed. Hide things because you know they're going to be excited and they will love it when they experience it in game. Yeah guys, I'm sorry for that last rant at the end. I just had to talk about that because I think it's really important. I think it's important for all gamers and these companies to really think about this and how they're marketing their games. I think a lot of them are marketing their games pretty bad, in my opinion. But yeah, let me know what you think down below. Come for the stream later today. It's going to be exciting and I can't wait to see you guys there. Anyway, I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.